In this the last section of video, we have solving the numerical problem, and the last question, that is the two forces acting on a point charge, that is 2 Newton and the 5 Newton, and we got the net resultant force. What is the net resistance force acting on them? That the angle are 0 degree, they are parallel to 0, so they are simply added, that is 5 plus 2 Newton, that is 7 Newton. In the next question, we have to move that in this question, that the two forces 8 Newton and 6 Newton are acting on a point charge and they are perpendicular. In this figure, we have clear the forces are at an angle 90 degree, and we using the formula that F net is root F1 square plus F2 square. Putting these value and taking square their numerical value and adding, take the square root of that, that is 10 Newton. So the resultant force is 10 Newton on the point charge when we have applied 8 Newton to 6 Newton. Because this value is so for that, because it is a vector quantity and is follow the vector sum, not algebraic sum. In algebraic sum, we had simply add 8 to 6, that is 14, but the answer is wrong. When these the forces, that is 8 Newton and 6 Newton are acting on an angle 60 degree, then we have using the formula that is F net equal root over F1 square plus F2 square to F1 F2 cos theta. Putting the value F1 F2 and the cos theta. Cos theta is 60 degree and cos 60 is equal to 1 by 2. And be solving these and taking root of 148, that is 12.2 Newton forces. In the next section of the, there are the 2 point charges. The first value is q1, that is 3 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb, and the second charge 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 coulomb, and distance between that is 30 centimeter. And this question, the they are asking for that the net force rates they are apply on each other. Then first we have to notice the r values are kept in SI, so we have convert the radius into SI system divided by 100 centimeter. We have to know that the 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. So the value is 30 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. And putting the equation, Coulombic equation, F barabar K Q1 Q2 by R square. Putting the value of capital K, that is kappa constant, that is 9 into 10 to the power 9. And the Q1 value 3 into 10 to the power minus 7, and Q2 is 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. Divided by 30 into 10 to the power minus 2, we have to take whole square. And solving this equation, in that we have got the force value, that is 6 into 10 to the power minus 3, that is equal to 0.06 Newton, and they both repel each other by this magnitude of force. They repel each other because they are positive in nature. If they are negative, so they are attracted with these magnitude of forces. Next, this section, in this section is the diagram of a square, and the at vertex there are the 4 types of charges are kept, and the distance between the square, length of square, that is 10 centimeter each. And it asking the net force acting on the center, which is test charge, and their value is 1 nanometer. We have known the nature of the charges, putting an vertex and the q naught. Q naught is a positive charge, and the question is asking what is the net force experienced by the point charge. And we are solving this equation. The nature of charge q1, that is 2 microcoulomb, it is a positive charge, and q2, that is a minus 5 microcoulomb, that is a negative charge, and q3 is also 2 microcoulomb, that is minus 2 microcoulomb, sorry, that is plus 2 microcoulomb, and q4 is minus 5 microcoulomb. And we have to know that the same nature of charges repel each other and opposite nature of charges attract each other. So the charge q1 is positive and q naught is positive, so it repel by f1. And the charge placed at the point C, it 2 microcoulomb, it is also positive nature, so it is repel the charge q naught with the force F3, and so on as the point charge at B and D. They are opposite in nature, so they are attracting each other, and the forces are equal and opposite in magnitude, so they are cancel each other, and the net force acting on the point charge will be 0. So the net charge do not feel any experience, do not any experience any electrostatic force, because all charge are cancelled to each other. And we discuss the next question. The 2 point charges are kept a distance of 28 centimeter. The dielectric media, that is dielectric constant, is 10, and the thickness of dielectric media is 8 centimeter. Then we have to find the net electrostatic force, and by using the equation in the last section of video, we have to upload the F net is value equal to K Q1 Q2 by equal upon R minus T plus T root K into R whole R square. In this section, that T is the thickness, it was given in this question. By putting this value K in the 5 into 8 into 10 to the power minus 12, because the 5 microcoulomb and 1 microcoulomb is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 coulomb. And putting this value and solving the equation, we have to notice then when we have to solve this point in this section, that is 36 centimeter, but it is in CGS system, so we convert into SI system and taking their square, and by solving these equations we got the value of net force, that is 2.77 Newton. And then removing our the point, the electric field, focusing the figure, the point charge and the test charge are infinity, then we have to move the point charge in the area on a point charge as we experience electrostatic force by a point charge. So we gave the definition, the area around point charge in which test charge experience electrostatic force is known as electric field. And intensity of electric field, then we have already told that the electrostatic force experienced per unit charge is known as intensity of electric field. And we have moving that the formula, and by cross multiply we have also know the electrostatic force, that is q naught into E times, that is electric field, and putting the value of electrostatic force in the first equation, we have got the equation E equal to K capital Q R square. Capital Q is a point charge, not a test charge, so it is clear that the electric field experienced by a point charge, not by a test charge. And the superposition of electric field, that is E that is equal to E1 plus E2 plus E3 as so on. If the two different forces are applied on a point charge, if they are same direction, they are simply added E1 plus E2. If they are acting on a opposite direction, they are E1 difference E2, and they are acting with angle theta, then we have put this equation E net is equal to root E1 square plus E2 square to E1 E2 cos theta. If they are acting on an angle 90 degree, then see we have used simply this equation E net root E1 plus E2 square, and the angle is 90. For this we have to moving the numerical. There are 2 point charges, there is 10 microcoulomb and minus 5 microcoulomb, and the test charge is 9 coulomb, that is 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb are kept in between them. The distance between 20 centimeter, and calculated the net electric field at the point charge and net electric force. We have to nature, that is the positive, they are positive charge, they repel, and they are negative charge, so they attract this point charge. By this we have no that the net charge kq1 upon r1 square plus kq2 upon r2 square, that r1 is 10 centimeter, to 10 centimeter we have to convert into SI system, 10 into 10 to the power minus 2. Common this, which is common, we have to take out, and by solving this and net force are 1350 Newton per Coulomb. Net electric field, net electric force, that is F naught into net electric field, we have to solve. Putting this value, we got the net electric field which is acting on the test charge, it is 1.350 in 10 power minus 6 Newton. Electric field, so this is the imaginary path on which the positive charge will free to move. Electric field are the originated from the positive charge and inserted or terminated or negative charge. Electric field never cut each other because at the point of initiation two forces is possible, which is not practically. A single charge cannot originate it and terminated the electric field lines. Electric field and always readily goes outward from the conductor, and no electric field line can be entered in a hollow conductor. If the separation of electric field line are constant, it produces uniform electric field and vice versa. What is the electric field? The number of electric field line passing from a surface is known as electric field. On the second definition, the surface integration of electric field from a closed surface is known as electric flux. Then you get to go to the formula, that is surface integration of electric field into dot into area vector, that is E dot E. Dot product is cos theta and cross product is denoted sin theta. We have to know in the previous section of our classes 11th, and it is a scalar quantity and unit is Weber, voltmeter or Newton meter per coulomb. An area vector is always perpendicular to the plane, and theta is the angle between area vector and electric field. In this figure, that the electric field make an angle theta with the area vector. Maximum electric field is equal to EA, and when the angle between area vector and electric field are parallel or the plane perpendicular to electric field. Second situation, where the maximum electric flux will be 0 when the area vector is perpendicular to electric field or the plane parallel to electric field. Gaussian theorem. In this figure of Gaussian theorem, that it is a Gaussian surface and the charge Q1, Q3 and Q2 are kept in Gaussian surface, and Q4 and Q5 is outside from the Gaussian surface, and we have to only focus on the charge which is enclosed in a Gaussian surface. According to this theorem, the flux associated with the Gaussian surface is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times of total charge enclosed. So, the charge kept in a Gaussian surface are important for calculating the electric flux, and the outside the charges do not participated in calculation of electric flux, and they only produce electric field flux. Then we have moving another topic, that the charge present inside a Gaussian surface will contribute to electric flux but not charge present outside. An electric flux does not depend upon the size and the shape of a conductor. The radius and of the conductor will be changed. The electric field is associated with never will change. In this figure we have to clear that the sphere radius is r, 2r, and shape is and the q. The test charge is putting, and their electric flux value is equal to q naught by epsilon naught times in every section, and the associated electric flux in a q, position of charge and electric flux. If the position of electric charge are different, then the flux associated are different. If the position is center, then the value is q naught upon epsilon. If the phase, then the value is q naught upon 2 epsilon naught, and it is when it is present at the corner, the value is q naught upon epsilon naught, and when the charge is present at the edge, then this value is q naught upon 4 epsilon naught. The last topic we have to talk about, that is a charge density. That three category, that is a linear charge density and aerial, and last one the volume charge density. Aerial charge density, that is represented by lambda, that is q by l, that is charge distribution per unit length, and the sigma, that is aerial charge density, that is charge distributed per unit area, and the volume charge density, that is charge distributed per unit volume. In this section of video, we have ended this video at from that topic. In the next section of video, we are talking about the neutral point for electric field and electric force, dipole and dipole moment, and also talking about the Millikan soil drop experiment and tangential axial position of dipole. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and also like and subscribe and comment what section of video you have to not clear. We have to clear in the next section of video. Thank you.